So the inspiration for Patagonia started back in 2012 when I had the opportunity to escort one of our tours and accompany a group of guests to the magical Torres del Paine National Park. So at the time, the ship was docked in Punta Arenas, and we had a small charter flight to fly into the Torres del Paine National Park. Now, this place is absolutely magical. I remember in the morning as we drove around, there were some lupins next to the side of the road. So traditionally, I'm used to lupins in a purple color. However, they were in shades of pink and burgundies and whites and different shades of sort of blue and purple, fantastically beautiful. So the color of the water, the wildlife, everything there is just magical. It felt like you were living a National Geographic special during the course of the day. Then of course there's the climactic moment when you see that iconic mountain, the symbol and almost the heart and the soul of the Torres del Paine National Park. So on the way back to the ship, we were in a bus and I kept hearing this little melody coming in my mind. It kept reprising, and later that night I had an opportunity to get behind the piano backstage, and the melody sort of just happened. It just was just there. And that was that. So a couple of years later, I was still kind of working away at this melody. And I remember I played it for my very dear friend, colleague, mentor, Barry Hopkins. I was visiting with them in the UK, and they had this lovely baby grand piano in their living room. So we were just fooling around, and I was playing a couple of songs. And so Barry said to me, "Handré, what's that you're playing there?" And I said, "It's one of my new works, and I'm provisionally titling this one as Patagonia." And so that was that. So about 2-3 days later, Barry said to me, "You know, Handré, that song is still in my head. You really ought to do something with that composition." So it's interesting because sometimes when you write music, it's almost instant. You write it and within an hour or two, the song is there, the composition is completed. Where with Patagonia, it literally took about 8 years to bring the song to fulfillment. And so I'd reworked it and I'd added to it, and then I thought, no, it didn't really quite do it for me. So in the creative process of this releases and the series of compositions, my producer Yakunel Maton, who is a wonderful creative force in her own right, we had all the ingredients, but she was the glue that really brought everything together and just made the composition work in its entirety. And then we thought, well, wouldn't it be nice, because when you hear the melody, the main melody of the work, it has a haunting quality to it. And so I reached out to another dear friend of mine, the South African flautist and actually Grammy award-winning South African flautist Wouter Kellerman, and he was kind enough to collaborate with me on this song. So on the flute you'll hear Wouter Kellerman as we celebrate the beauty and the inspiration of Patagonia.